पत्नी गौरी खान इंडस्ट्री के सबसे ऊंचे इंटीरियर डिजाइनर्स में से एक है। सोमवार को उन्होंने अपनी कॉफी टेबल बुक लॉन्च की। माई लाइफ इन डिजाइन शीर्षक वाली इस किताब में एक डिजाइनर के रूप में उनके सफर के बारे में बताया गया। इस किताब की खासियत ये है कि इसमें गौरी के जीवन की कुछ खास जानकारियां हैं और उनके पूरे परिवार की कुछ अनदेखी तस्वीरें भी हैं। शाहरुख खान और गौरी ने मुंबई के ताज होटल में इस किताब का लॉन्च किया। इस पुस्तक का अनावरण करते हुए उन्होंने खुशी खुशी पेपराजीज के लिए पोज भी दिए। बता दें कि पुस्तक में उन्होंने अपने घर मन्नत की कुछ विशेष तस्वीरें और उनके सपनों के घर के हर पहलू के पीछे का विचार प्रक्रिया भी शामिल करी है। बुक लॉन्च के मौके पर शाहरुख ने कहा, पुस्तक में कुछ ऐसी चीजें हैं जिनका मैं उल्लेख करना चाहता हूं, जो अजीब लग सकती हैं क्योंकि वह मेरी पत्नी है और हमारी शादी को 30 साल से अधिक हो गए हैं। इस तरह बात करना पति का कर्तव्य बन जाता है, लेकिन मैं एक व्यक्ति के रूप में आपको बताना चाहूंगा कि गौरी और मैं एक दूसरे को तब से जानते हैं जब वह 14 साल की थी और मैं 18 साल का था। मैं लंबे समय से वही कर रहा हूँ जो मैं करता आया हूँ, लेकिन गौरी ने अपनी भूमिका बेहतर तरीके से निभाई है। बुक पर बात करते हुए उन्होंने कहा कि ये किताब उन सभी लोगों के लिए है जो जीवन के रचनात्मक होने के सपनों को खो देते हैं। आप किसी भी उम्र में शुरुआत कर सकते हैं। 40 साल की उम्र में गौरी ने ऐसा करा था। शाहरुख ने आगे गौरी की तारीफ करते हुए कहा कि वह हमारे पूरे घर में सबसे व्यस्त हैं और जब मैं उनसे पूछता हूँ कि वह इतना काम क्यों करती हैं, तो वह सिर्फ यही कहती हैं क्योंकि इससे उन्हें सेटिस्फेक्शन मिलती है। तो ये रही गौरी खान की बुक लॉन्च के इवेंट के बारे में जानकारी।
The book is more about design, as you know. Shahrukh has already told you. It charts out my journey as a designer. Anyone who's interested in design or they want tips on interior decorating their homes. So I've just compiled everything together for people to go through design and whoever is interested. And you know, basically when I chose this profession, designing homes, bringing them to life was extremely satisfying, exciting, and seeing a smile on the client's face it just gave me so much joy that I enjoyed it so much. I said I have to pen down all those thoughts and you know, all the designs all under one book, you know, so I decided to just have it all together in this book. So that was the reason to just have this book put together.
Yeah, and looks gorgeous. You also mentioned in the book that probably the first project that you worked on was to redesign your Delhi home, and you also designed Mannat, where you currently live with Shahrukh and the kids. So what are your favorite spaces, Shahrukh?
May I interject? Is it okay if I talk in between, or it's
Yes,
just
yes. No, it's a conversation, so
no,
please butt in.
If it's a show, I can just sit and look pretty.
No, I was going to ask you, this question was for you, and both of you can chime in.
Okay, I just want to say that, you know, when we bought the house we live in now, it was way beyond our means. And being from Delhi, one was used to living in bungalows. One did not realize that Mumbai has a whole system where apartments are even more expensive and bigger, but we are not used to it. Not because I was very well off, it's just that everybody in Delhi seemed to have a bungalow. And we'd come from there, and we used to live actually to the house next to Taj, right here, Millie, and which was my director's house. He had lent it to us and said, you stay here as long as you're making films. And we had not too much money, so as soon as we mustered up some money, we said, we'll go and buy this bungalow. And it was way beyond our means. But we managed to buy it, which was one thing. And then you had to rebuild it because it was quite dilapidated and kind of broken. And then we didn't have money to furnish it. And of course, we called one designer. The lunch that he served us, telling us how he'll design this house, was way more than the salary I used to earn in a month. And we were like, this guy's going to charge a lot. So how do we do this house now? We bought it, what do we do with this? And then the only person to turn was, I said, listen, Gauri, you have little artistic talent. Why don't you become the designer of the house? So actually, Mannat started like that. So whatever little monies we earned over years, we kept on buying small things. I remember we had gone down once even to South Africa, I think, and we had little money and we bought the leather for the sofa that we'll put on. And all those small things we used to buy with, that time when you traveled abroad, I think you got £100 or some amount of money that you were allowed to carry from India. So it was taken only to buy a decoration piece. So it took us a while, and I think that training ground is what actually made her start designing. Because Mannat is, if I may say, a little big. And then, for her to start doing something at such a young age, not realizing without a designer, I think that kind of helped her also to learn. And, then from one thing to the other, she kept on designing stuff. And for me, it's very nice that, I don't have to look for another designer. I can scream and shout at her, "This is not nice, you change this and all," which I've never done. I'm just joking. I just wanted to say it here in public. And, it's just easier to discuss what we want because I also have a thing that things should be clean and nice. So I think she started with that whole aspect, and then, she's gone on to design any and everything that we buy now. So, yeah.
So what is your favorite space in Mannat, and, where you like to hang out? Or?
Contrary to popular belief that I spend a lot of time in the bathroom, I do like my library the most. There's a section in the house which is kind of my office, which doesn't have any electronics, and it's a library which I just like sitting in. It's been long since I've read the books in it, but it just feels very intellectual and smart. A lot of people get fooled when they walk in and they say, "Oh my God, you've read them all?" I say, yeah, 70% of them.
Well, the book has actually, a lot of different things, like I was mentioning in my introduction as well, from technical aspects, about textures, colors, lighting, to so many other things that you talk about in terms of your projects and people you worked with along the way. So tell us a little bit about, the contents of the book.
The best part of the book, I would say, is the family pictures we've done together. To get all of them under one roof. The kids, and it was easier to get Aryan's, Shah Rukh's date. We were just waiting for Aryan's date all the time, that when is he going to give me time, and when is Abram going to give me time to get this one picture together. So that's what I've really enjoyed, apart from design.
And I believe you did that twice.
Yes.
Right? Because there was one photo shoot that we did before the pandemic, and then there was a little bit of gap because, there was the pandemic, and Corey said, but he looks very different now. He's grown up.
Yes.
So
और ऐसे ही आपको अगर बॉलीवुड की बाकी सारी जानकारियां चाहिए तो आपको पता है आपको क्या करना है। देखते रहिए द समर न्यूज़।